we are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Miami Dolphins. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. The Dolphins take over first down here at their own 21-yard line.
Here we go, set.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the 25 on second down, Tua. He'll get this to his running back, Edmonds. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. The Dolphins at 6-4 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. Tua going to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce. And able to work his way down to the 16. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. A first down throw for Mills. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
On second down, here's Pierce. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. From the gun, here's Mills. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Melvin Ingram in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and it's now 3-0 Texans. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there, all the things that have gone on. And the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. It's Tagovailoa from his own end zone. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they work this out past the 25. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
On first down, Tagovailoa. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua. And this is into the hands of Campbell downfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Give him 30 yards there. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. They'll run on first down, Edmonds. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Here's Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Julio Jones. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have moved out in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because, you know.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mike Gesicki from 6 yards away. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. From his end zone, here's Tremont Smith. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, Pierce has it knocked loose.
And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play. Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right, and as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know they're looking at the scoreboard, thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. To throw, Mills. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Pierce takes it straight ahead, and he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion and a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On third down, here's Mills. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone, and he's going to be tackled inside his 10-yard line. And may hear a few words from his head coach on that decision. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. So he stopped for no gain, and that will bring up second down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per.
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. From the 38, Tua. Man open, here is Jones. Touchdown! Julio Jones. As the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 18 now. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A three-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no three-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Mills to throw it. Caught left side by Mechie. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Mills. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Mills now. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Channing Tindall. And the Dolphins are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On play action, here's Tua. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And Jones has it over the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, 37 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they open the lead up now to 25. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off Byron Jones. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral it down near the 11-yard line.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the 2nd half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder, because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
3rd quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10.
Looking to pass. Tua. That is caught at the 7-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Adam Shaheen, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing, Mills. That's complete to Tyler Johnson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 35. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
Play fake, Mills. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Houston. O.J. Howard, 32 yards. And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked to his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And he returns this to the 22. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go, set. Close, 10. Ready?
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Ready up.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Ready.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them, because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Taking it about the 1. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
He'll buy some time right. And his throw here's incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Flushed out right.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Jerry Hughes able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, but that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
But it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points.
And now here's another interception.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. the defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to.
Mostert hit, and he drops the ball. And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. That would may not cost him in the end, but still, obviously something the coach wants to avoid.
Oh, without a doubt. It won't cost the team because of where they are on the scoreboard, but it will cost the player who gave up the football.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will cut this lead down to 25. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now a dump off here complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. 2 and now on first down. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. And this looks like a roughing call. So a roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Here's Tua. And he's got it. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Sanders now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
One last shot from Mills.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.